Welcome to Sooner Esports Unraveled. My name is Maeve Benson, and I'm your host today. Today we're joined with Nolan. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Would you tell us a bit about yourself?
So my name is Nolan Richardson. My in-game name is NRichMyBEAK. I'm from Wichita Falls, Texas. I graduated from Holiday High School in 2017 and am now a third-year law student at the OU College of Law.
That's awesome. How does OU Esports fit into this?
So it's kind of unique, to be honest with you, being a law student now in grad school, but within everything, I got the opportunity last year when Halo Infinite started its development. Just kind of fitted in my schedule. It's typically nights and sometimes weekends, but it fits nicely into a law school schedule where it's typically 8 to 5.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you mentioned the Halo team. Have you been on it since the beginning of the club? I know it's a recent development in esports.
Yeah, so Halo Infinite started up last year. Like I said, I'm a competitive player on the team, on the Halo Crimson roster. It started early February of last year. Shout out to our old coach, Jackson, who's now transitioned into the Fortnite part of the esports program. But he started it up. We had tryouts, and we started with an initial 6-man roster. I was initially not a starter because of law school. I was competing in other different things, but then got the opportunity later on in the semester to get my chance, and I've never looked back. I've been a starter for the last year and a half now. Luckily, we had a great coach. We had a great group of guys, and then we got lucky with our captain at the time who had competed in national events. So he's been a great welcome sign for us moving forward.
That's awesome. So how, why did you decide to join the Halo team out of all the aspects?
So it's, once again, kind of a unique experience, right? Because of law school, I had no focus on esports, but the opportunity presented itself. And my family and my friends that I play Halo Infinite with told me, Nolan, you're really good, so you should try out. And I did, made the team, and like I said, it was a great first year, finishing top 16 out of over 90 schools nationally. But now I think we could push top 10 for sure. We've got a great group of guys coming back, and I look forward to this season starting next week.
That's awesome. I guess what opportunities do you see that have opened up to you now that you're competing?
So it's unique. We got the opportunity to play with our now coach in San Antonio over the summer. Me, one of our players, and then our coach went down there and played throughout a weekend. So that was a neat opportunity that I got to have. And then this year, I recently got a job that focuses on development of a particular studio for both esports and podcasting. So that's super neat to have the opportunity because of my past and my present in esports itself.
Oh, that's awesome. I guess you said this is a very unique experience for you, and it's something different from law school. Do you see this being a part of your future as well, or do you want to focus more on your law aspect?
My future, I want to become an agent. So now that you have NIL and you have these esports departments popping up all over the country, the opportunity is not only just in sports, it's in esports as well. So I'm interested to see where that moves and how it grows. But I think I'll always have my finger on this particular aspect. I think the friends and the memories that I've made over this year and this past year have been indelible. I've got a great working relationship with Moog as well, and so the opportunity that this presents, not only presently at OU, but also in the future as an agent, when you're looking at a lot of these agencies are moving towards the esports side, trying to get their finger and their foot in the door, and so at the end of the day, I think I'll always have a passion towards it, and probably will always keep my eyes towards it a little bit.
That's so cool. I guess if you could only take one thing away from your esports experience and being on the competitive team, what do you think has stuck with you the most?
I think it's the brotherhood. that I have built with these guys, and the family that we've built with everybody that's around the program in general, that's outside of just the competitive nature, right? This particular program has built a foundation that every single person that comes in can kind of build upon and find their mark in this world. And these guys, no matter if it's success, the downfalls, we've recently had some loss of family members, and these guys have always come to our back, and we're the first people to reach out. So at the end of the day, these 9 guys have become brothers to me, and I'd go to war with them any day of the week. So these are guys that I plan to keep on my life moving forward. So that would be the one thing I would come out with at the end of the day.
That's so much fun. Sounds like you've had a really interesting experience throughout esports, and being able to create those lifelong friendships is very amazing. And I guess, is there anything that you specifically think that would improve your brotherhood, that esports could be heading towards, or just that you think would be interesting to see?
I think the one thing that everybody looks for when you're building a program in general and you're building friendships is support, right? Like I said, these guys have been with us, right, through different losses and family members, the successes, the winning, and everything else. And the laughs are amazing, but the support's even greater. And, you know, whether it's watching a stream, watching us win games, coming out to support us, or supporting the program in general, support has and always will be the one thing that everybody can rely upon for most things. And so support is great, and these guys have been here through thick and thin, so I'll support them and they'll support me back.
That's awesome. I guess if there was one thing you could change about Halo, what would it be? And I guess this is kind of tying into my next question. If you could live in the Halo world, would you?
Ooh. One thing I would change, I think anybody would change more maps. That's kind of the easy fallback. A lot of people are looking towards past Halo games, and they're releasing some new maps. But, you know, that support from the developers would be nice, and they've had a lot of change of scenery on that particular aspect. Now, whether or not I would live in it, that's interesting. I want to say yes, but then you have companies that came out with a new TV show of Halo, and it's like, do I really want to live in that world? It'd for sure be interesting. I would probably say yes. We'll go with the experience.
That's awesome. And final question. Moving on, how do you see that esports has affected you as a person?
I think it gave me a different outlook on life, right? Because I believe that people have a particular image in mind when they think of esports, or they think of gamers or streamers. But through this experience, you get to see all walks of life. On our team in particular, we have 2 current or former military duty members, and then you have 2 people, both our captain and me, who are in graduate school going through that. And then even in our undergraduate players, they're from all walks of life. They're not just in computer science, for instance. So it opens up a new world for me and understanding towards that particular industry. But at the same time, too, you see the nuance of the world. And I think this is just the beginning. Esports is on the rise, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad to be a part of the start for this program in particular.
Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. This was Sooner Esports Unraveled.